Just want to talk about some of the upgrades that the ATS Mini V4 has made over the V3 version. There's a few important ones and some that might not make much of a difference to you, but may make a world of difference to others. The biggest thing right off the bat, you've got an option of aluminum frame now. So it's a much more solid, hard frame, and it's smoother on the edges and not rough like the old 3D printed version of it. It's just a lot better feel in the hand, feels like a more premium radio. They've upgraded the knob on here. It's a little bit lower profile. It doesn't stick out quite as much, so it's easier to put in a pocket or something like that and doesn't get caught. And the knob's a little bit wider. But the biggest difference to the knob is the control on it. When you change channels, it's a much smoother transition. It's not as choppy feeling and has a better fine-tuned control with it. It just feels a lot better in the hand when you're using the radio. They've changed the shielding on it also to where it gives a little better protection from interference, outside interference, like when you just near another electronic device. It tends to have less problems with getting extra pops and that sort of thing with it. They've also added electrostatic discharge protection to the antenna area, so it's not gonna, bump it up against something metal and it spike back into the radio and ruin the receiver. That actually can happen if you don't pay much attention, especially in the wintertime when you're more susceptible to spikes from a low humidity level. You tend to get those electronic shocks, and that protects it better and keep the radio from being damaged in any way. It's also got a little higher quality antenna now with it. This antenna has a better connection on it, better fit and finish to it. It doesn't rattle around as much, and it's smoother feeling with it. Just, it's a little bit substantial upgrade. It won't make too much difference in how well the reception goes, but it is just the feel of it's better, and it stays. It doesn't droop as much with it. There's also a little bit better upgrade in the speaker. They made some changes in electronics on it, and the output's a little bit better. On the back of it, you've got a similar grill with it, but the speaker has been a few changes the way it's baffled, and it has a better sound output to it. You can also still upgrade the firmware with it. That's always been a plus with these radios. So if you want to upgrade with time, or people make some custom firmwares, you can upgrade those still and get a better feel for it. One thing it still hasn't added is airband. So if they ever decide to jump to airband, I'll definitely buy one of those immediately, but it's going to take a whole different chip inside of this to be able to go to airband also, and it's going to increase the price. So for most people, this does a particular purpose, and they're really not using airband that much, so it suits most people's needs. But one of the biggest changes they've added, it makes it nice to be able to just use headphones with it. You've been able to use headphones in the past, but the quality of the headphone has gone up. So it's a little better sound when you're using earbuds, plug-ins, that type of thing, but it adds an antenna feature. So they've changed this 3.5 millimeter jack to allow your earphones to work as an antenna. So if you don't have the antenna with you, or you just don't want to carry it around and keep it as small as possible, you can just plug in this and it works as an antenna for you. One of the things I don't like about it is it's still, even when you have it on volume, is set all the way down. If you click this again, I have it set to 0. You still get a sound out of the speaker. I'm gonna hold it up to the speaker now. Might be hard for you to hear, but it's enough that it makes a constant sort of buzz. So if you're wanting to turn sound all the way down for a minute, it's still going to be a perceptible sound to it. But aside from not having airband and having just a little bit of noise in the speaker when its volume's down, that's the only two issues that I found with it that bother me at all. Everything else as a solid upgrade. I don't see anything that's been downgraded at all to me. It still has the same USB-C charging, the same little small switch, but just that better case, better knob to it, and feels like a much more premium radio. Comes with the same donut antenna and the whip antenna that's been upgraded. So it's a worthy upgrade. Definitely an upgrade from the version 1 or 2 is worth spending the money. 3, for some people it might not be worth it to go from the 3 to the 4, but you have a original version or the second version is definitely a big step up in the radio, especially with the sound quality too. So if you have any other things that I missed in the upgrades, just add it to the comment area and talk about it a little bit. Also, if there's something new that bothers you that you like more about the version 3 versus the 4, comment on that also. But this helps you at all, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.